about tuning your guitar down a half step, which is a very common thing that happens on a lot of guitar songs for a lot of different reasons. One reason is that when the guitar is tuned down, there's less tension on the strings, which means they're not so tight and it's easier to push them down. Another reason could be that when the guitar is tuned down like that, it just has a lower overall sound to it, and can with big heavy strings on your guitar, it can sound pretty big and pretty full sounding. So right now I have some heavy strings on this guitar. They're about 11 gauge, and so I've got it at standard tuning, but I'm going to tune it down a half step. And what happens when you tune down a half step is you take each string and just put it basically 1 fret lower, or 1 half step lower than the note it is. So if we're talking about the E string, we're going to go down to E flat or D sharp. The next string, A, is going to go down to A flat or G sharp, and then D is going down to D flat, G is going to go down to F sharp, B is going to go down to B flat, and E is going to go down to E flat. So suddenly all your strings become flatted, and that's what it means to tune down a half step. So I've got my tuner here. I'm going to turn it on, and to start out, here's my E string. So I'm going to loosen it until it says D sharp or E flat. Okay, right there it says D sharp, and there I have it. I just barely tuned my low E string down to a D sharp note, and so now I have tuned down a half step. Next is the A string. I'm going to pluck it, and now I'm going to loosen it until it says A flat or G sharp. In harmonic equivalence, the same thing. And there it is, G sharp. Next is D. I'm going to tune it down to D flat or C sharp. Just like that. Then we have the G string. I'm going to loosen it until it goes down to F sharp. And there I see the F sharp. Just got to get it in tune. And here's the B string. I'm going to loosen it, and now it's on A sharp. And there it is, A sharp or B flat, same thing. And last of all is the E string again. It's going down to E flat, also known as D sharp. So that's kind of my rough tuning. Now I've got them all in the ballpark. I'm just going to check each string again and make sure that it's and do the fine tuning for it. Make sure that it hasn't slipped out a little. That one slipped out a little bit. So there, I'm going to put it there. And then G sharp's a little sharp still. Yeah, loosen it just a little. Now tighten it a little. C sharp, F sharp, that one looks good, so that's nice. A sharp looks good. D sharp looks good. Now it's time for the octave test. With the octave test, I'm playing different notes in octaves on my guitar. I'm trying to see if they sound the same. I think that this set of strings sounds the same. This one does. But on the bottom one, my high E string sounds a little bit sharp, so I'm going to loosen it a little. Might be a little sharp on the second string too. Okay, and that is how you tune your guitar down a half step. It's something that happens in a lot of guitar songs. Jimi Hendrix did it on all his songs a lot, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and many more guitar players. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.